So many cases, she said, grinning and shaking her head. That's why this class is so important. On a gray February day at the offices of the Apartment Association of Greater Los Angeles, AAGLA, 11 landlords and property managers have enrolled in a 2.5-hour self-defense class to protect themselves from, quote, irate tenants, quote, transients, and the other hazards of life in the private housing business. The course teaches them how to stop life-threatening bleeding, maintain, quote, 360 degrees of awareness, take cover from bullets, and disarm shooters. These people are
It
like
sucks
more
so bad. Like,
these people are more delusional than the cops. Like the cops are
oh yeah,
also training for this kind of stuff needlessly. But like landlords are going to start like telling each other that tenants are hiding fentanyl around the apartment in case of an unwarranted entry by the landlord and strike them dead.
yeah, and that's why you need to use like flash grenades for your tenants. But what sucks about this is there's nothing wrong with self defense classes. There's nothing wrong with learning about how to like handle yourself in certain situations. But to do it under the guise of being a landlord and that's why you have to do it is just like so disgusting. Just tell your landlord friends to go to self defense classes, but they're like, no, this is just for us. This is for
Yeah.
landlords specifically.
Well,
Because you have to not only like defend yourself, but you also have to like give them the eviction notice. Boom. Wow.
I mean, you have to get inside their head. And in order to know how to defend yourself against the tenant, you have to know how the tenant thinks. A tenant isn't going to behave like a normal person would in a street fight or a mugging or something. They're sneaky and wily and crafty.
Yeah, and also they're calling your property their home, and that gives them some sort of psychological advantage when the whole time it's really yours, so they shouldn't even feel that way.
Yeah. Should be wearing the visitor's jersey whenever I come over. Okay. And other hazards of life in the private housing business. The course teaches them how to stop life-threatening bleeding, maintain, quote, 360 degrees of awareness, take cover from bullets, and disarm shooters. Founded in 1917, AAGLA is the premier association representing landlords and property managers in Los Angeles. Last year, it hired the Health and Safety Institute to teach its AVERT, Active Violence Emergency Response Training, self-defense course because, quote, as landlords and property managers, we can be subject to verbal and or physical attacks by renters or tenants groups. The event description explains, quote, unfortunately, the media portrays us as evil.
No, they're not randomly attacking you. I want to make that real clear. This isn't happening. They're not just attacking landlords for no reason. You think they like proudly use like Israeli army techniques? You think they like teach Krav Maga?
No, you know what else happened in 1917? The Russian Revolution. And then coincidentally, AAGLA, another union for landlords, is formed in America.
Wow.
Collectivism, folks. Socialism, collectivism. You don't like your landlords getting together and petitioning the big government to do their bidding? That's socialism. Rios teaches the course with Hans Sievert, a 6'5" lieutenant paramedic who says he is, quote, passionate about bleeding control, which is kind of a funny joke, I think. They believe landlords in particular need the training. And, quote, yeah, just some of the most marginalized in our society are the landlords. If anybody needs
Do you think this guy's even a landlord?
No, he's from one, like, somebody who provides a necessary service, like, emergency medical response, understands, the plight of somebody else who provides a necessary service, housing. Yeah. You don't have to, this is called solidarity. You don't have to have like 100% in common with somebody. You don't have to be a landlord just to want them to, to fight their tenants. In COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs. They lost their family. And the last thing they have is their house, Rios tells the group. Quote, you're taking the last thing they have. This is their worst day. I'm not trying to scare you, but you need to be prepared for that.
That sucks because I mean, they do get it.
Yeah.
They do understand. So that's so disgusting.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be comfortable with the idea of kicking somebody out. And like if they're a family, That's why you don't become a landlord. So you don't have to think about that.
Well, I kick him out, but I'm always here for a reference. Okay. So like I know I kick him out of my home, but I'll always be a good reference for you. So don't worry about it.
You're taking the last thing they have. This is their worst day. But it's also how you make your money.